Who's driving?
James.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Georgie
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Alright, so we've got some safety rules to cover for you. First and foremost, whenever the vehicle is in motion, stay seated. Keep your arms, legs, small children, anything you want by the end of the tour inside the vehicle at all times. This is the big one, it's the important one, and it's the one that's located over your heads. If you look up, you'll see a red emergency cord. If you have a medical emergency, if you drop anything of value off the side of the tram, have any sound or video issues, pull the red emergency cord and I'll come back to assist you as long as it is safe to do so. Also keep in mind, we're going to have sudden tram movements, fire effects, loud noises, and water effects to keep your belongings safe. As I mentioned, we're together for an hour. Let's make it a good one, y'all. Making it a good one means being kind to your fellow neighbor. No selfie sticks, no flash photography or lights on your cameras. It gets very, very blinding inside. Your pictures and your videos turn out better without the lights anyway. Turn them off. Be kind to your neighbor. Also keep in mind we ask that you do not smoke. And another reminder to wear your face coverings at all times through the duration of the tour, unless you are actively eating or drinking. Those are all of our rules.
Beautiful.
We did it. Past that stop sign separates the studio from the theme park. So we have officially left the theme park and entered Universal Studios, where we make motion picture television, movies, music videos, commercials. We do it all here. The property grew throughout the years, so much so that we became our very own city. This is Universal City. On your right is Fire Station 51, a real working fire station. You can say hello to anybody out there. Maybe you can throw out your phone number, see what happens. You never know. Now they have saved the day on multiple occasions for us. We're eternally grateful for Fire Station 51. It's one of the reasons we can call ourselves a city as well. We also have a sheriff's subdivision. We have a zip code. We have everything you need to be a city. Above everything else, Carl Lemley, the founder of Universal Studios, wanted to create a city that was dedicated to motion picture making. He wanted to make a place where filmmakers could come through and create a movie or content from start to finish. We could do that. In the front lot, we have post-production facilities where they can edit for sound and video. We have pre-production buildings where they're going to do casting. And off to your left, we've got our Soundstage 12, which is one of our production buildings where they actively make content. Soundstage 12 is under construction right now, but it's got a logo with a voice on it. It's where they filmed for several seasons. And season 21 of The Voice is still on our property. It's just a little further in the lot while their current soundstage is under construction. I'm going to go a little bit quieter on the microphone just because we're going to get closer to some of our more active sound stages. They're active in a few different ways. Right now you can see quite a bit of prep work going on inside of some of these trucks. You can see a lot of lighting equipment. We've got these 4 sound stages. Most recently have been used for things like Saved by the Bell. Since ages 16 and 17, the doors are open, always look inside. They've been striking that set for the last few days, so clearing it all out of the sets from Saved by the Bell. That came back, and it looks like they're loading in sets for Soundstage 16. So when I say there's a lot of activity going on, I'm not lying. Once one show ends, another one moves in. Stages 16, 17, and 21 were all just being used for Saved by the Bell a few days ago. So as soon as they completely cleared out of there, another production is already moving in. Before Saved by the Bell, those 3 stages were used for the show Superstore with America Ferrera and Ben Feldman.
Some patience from you.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's going to get punished.
For this show, they wanted to really emphasize the size of a big box store, so they they took out the dividing wall for stages 16 and 17 and used those 2 sound stages as one giant space. They even built out the ceiling, adding the fluorescent lights to add another layer of realism. Now, I'm looking around here making sure that there aren't any red flashing lights going on, because anytime they're actively filming inside of the soundstage, they have a red flashing light going on in front of it. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled because we do have activity that includes filming. It is Thursday, so they've been filming throughout the week for a couple of different productions. I'll tell you all about those as we get closer to the sound stages. On your right is Soundstage 41, where they filmed for Family Feud with Steve Harvey. We've had quite a few live audience shows, including the Kelly Clarkson Show.
I am here on the backlot of Universal Studios to give some very special people a surprise of their lives. Stop this tram! This is the tram parade! Welcome to Cloud 9. Hi, everybody. Welcome. The champagne brunch right here in the middle of the iconic Howard Square. All right, everybody, let's go back to stage 1. Follow me.
Soundstage 1 is the only soundstage that has built-in audience seating. On your right is Soundstage 44, where they're filming for the show Mr. Mayor with Ted Danson. And he stuck around. They were in there for the show The Good Place with Kristen Bell as well. Also inside of stage 44, Angie Tribeca with Rashida Jones. Parenthood with Dax Shepard. We've had quite a few shows roll through Soundstage 44. We're passing by some of our production offices now. These production offices used to be permanent dressing rooms for Doris Day, Tony Curtis, and Rob Hudson, but things changed. We no longer need them to be permanent dressing rooms. So these are offices. These are production offices for people like Dwayne Johnson, Jennifer Lopez, Robert Zemeckis. Mark Platt has an MP in front of his office. He does a lot of movie musicals like Wicked and Dear Evan Hansen. Brownstone Productions belongs to Elizabeth Banks. Bungalow 5195 is now home to the De Laurentiis Company, but it also belonged to Alfred Hitchcock for several years. Two more sound stages to round us out before we enter our back lot. These two sound stages are used for the show Kenan at the moment. Kenan stars Kenan Thompson. They've been used for Good Girls with Christina Hendricks, Mae Whitman, and Retta. The first thing that ever filmed in there was Hairspray Live with Ariana Grande and Mary Thalia. Now we're going to go into the back lot. The back lot is a little more visually exciting. Front lot, everything is behind closed doors. It was just a lot of me pointing at buildings and saying, this filmed here. But the back lot, now you can actually see how we build worlds. Our metropolitan sets are our cityscapes, our residentials, our small towns. The small town of Rutherford Falls with Ed Helms films using our metropolitan sets. We've turned these streets into Germany for the show Hunters with Al Pacino. Recently, it was just the 1980s for Angeline with Emmy Lawson. Giant obstacle courses have been built out there for American Ninja Warrior. We're always changing up those metropolitan sets. And there is something going on inside of there now, so we can't drive through it, but we can't drive right on by it. There are areas of that that are just for you guys, like our King Kong 360 3D attraction. You guys are going to need your 3D glasses in just a moment, so keep them close by. Now keep in mind, it's a bumpy ride, so hold on to all of your belongings. Peter Jackson came through, helped us with this in 2008. In just a moment, he'll pop up on your screens and he'll let you know when to put your 3D glasses on. haven't already, you can go ahead and take off your 3D glasses. You'll need them again though. So hold on to them. I'll let you know when to put them back on. Peter Jackson didn't work alone. He worked with Weta Digital. They're special effects artists who worked on things like Avatar, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Hobbit, Planet of the Apes, King Kong, Wonder Woman, Deadpool. That's a short list. Now you gotta keep in mind, nothing like this existed until they came together and figured out how they were going to create a 360-degree 3D interactive experience. They're working on screens that are 180 feet long and 40 feet tall. They're going to tell you a little bit more about the studio tour project.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where the people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the cameras come. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
The moment our tram gets pulled into that sequence, we become a picture car. So anytime a vehicle shows up on screen, whether it's driven around practically, it could be used for stunts, it's considered a picture car. Lined up to your left are some of our most recognizable ones. Stunt cars are oftentimes heavily modified to be a little bit more lightweight using fiberglass materials. We've got a couple of our biggest franchises next to each other, Fast and Furious as well as Jurassic. On your screens, you guys can see the Mercedes SUV as well as the tail end of the mobile lab from Jurassic Park. And we're going to get you even closer to that mobile lab.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
All right, we've got more picture cars and props from Jurassic Park. The mobile lab was heavily modified, kept to be a little bit more lightweight using plywood material, painted to look a little bit more like metal. I'm so sorry about that. Those dinosaurs are usually caged, but life finds a way. If you're wondering, the tour is only going to go downhill from here. As we leave Jurassic Park, we're going to head on into our old Mexico sets where we can show you how we can control every element of filmmaking, including Mother Nature herself. We can't wait for the thunderstorm, so we have to make one happen. We'll use practical effects like lights and sound to create lightning and thunder. We want rain, so we're going to activate the sprinklers. Overhead, water is going to shoot straight up into the air and it'll fall naturally to the ground.
Wow.
Day of filming, you're going to add more lights so that you can actually see the drops more clearly. Drops are about 3 times larger than the regular raindrops that can be captured on film. And this is actually pretty ideal. This is beautiful for the end of the romantic movie. You know, when the two leads run towards each other, they embrace, they kiss, and it's magic. But that's not what we want right now. What we want right now is a little bit of excitement. So we're going to release the flood and have way too much water come crashing down towards you. This whole thing will reset in less than 1 minute. You can see it here on Big Fat Liar with Poncho Money and Roundabouts and Tokyo Meters. A big design element of the backlot is that everything is on a turn, and that's strategic. As soon as we round the corner of this final turn, you'll leave Old Mexico behind and we'll enter the Old West. This is 6 Points, Texas. It's where all of our classic cowboys once come from. People like John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Clint Eastwood. We've had modern stars walk the streets as well. Joel McHale filmed down here for Community. Tom Hanks filmed down here for Saving Mr. Banks. And Quentin Tarantino's latest film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, used these streets with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Just to give you guys a little bit of a time check, we are about halfway through the tour. You're doing great. If you have a medical emergency, drop anything of value off the side of the tram or need assistance, pull the red emergency cord and I'll come back to assist you as long as it is safe to do so. Up to your left, you'll see the Park Lake area. Soundstage 27 is where they filmed for the show Making It with Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman, and they used the Park Lake as their nice little backdrop for any interviews with the crafters. After our Universal Western movies, the studio kind of shifted gears. In fact, a lot of studios shifted gears at that time. MGM started making musicals, Warner Brothers started making gangster movies, and Universal, we started making the monster movie. That same lake was also used for the home of the creature from the Black Lagoon. That's where the creature arose up. Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, all of those classic Universal monsters filmed in this area, which we call Little Europe. Now, it doesn't look very scary because for about 4 years, this was home to the show The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Now, I'll pause that there for you guys so you can see what the yogurt shop looked like in Ellen's glory and what it looks like now. Just on your left-hand side, that is what it looks like for future productions to come through. Check it out. It's all about the production coming through and making the space their own. That is a frozen yogurt shop because they painted the words yogurt on it and they put their 2 actors in front of the shop eating frozen yogurt.
It was going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
That same yogurt shop was also used as a Paris cafe in the 2011 Muppets film. We've seen these streets as Paris for the Gilmore Girls with when Christopher and Lorelai went on a nice little date in Paris. These are the streets of Genovia for the Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement. We've seen these streets in Tortuga and Port Royale for Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, in just a moment, we are heading on into Soundstage 50. You do not need your 3D glasses for this one, but you are going to just be reminded to stay seated. Soundstage 50 is a lot like our exterior sets. The main structure stays the same. It's always going to be a soundstage that is a subway station. Where the subway station takes you is what changes depending on the production. So right now, this is dressed up to be San Francisco. And we can tell because there's a poster that says Welcome to San Francisco. There are maps on the walls. And even the labels at the top of the ceiling say SFO Airport. So all of the clues tell me this is San Francisco. In this episode of Logs, it was Washington, D.C.
When I talked to him, the guy in his arms. That's the FBI?
Yeah, we're about the human remains.
That's him. Right over there.
Alright, next up we've got ourselves an earthquake. I would like this to be over, but the water main just broke. Just survived an earthquake. Well done. I feel like we've gone through quite a bit together. And it's time to finally kick back and relax, you know? I have the perfect spot. Amity Island may have had some issues in the past. Okay, they may have had a shark problem, but they figured it out. Okay, they told us that the place is clear, beach is opened again. They got the shark, that's another shark in the water. Okay, well,
The water?
this can't be good. That guy's not okay. We're gonna hide out though. We're gonna hide out right here behind the pier next to the gasoline because that feels right. There's so much fire. I can admit when I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong, and we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I was not at all relaxing. I thought we could enjoy a waterfront view, but there was another shark. I'm an optimist though. Okay, the glass is always half full for me. Here's the upside. We all just met Bruce. And he's the greatest. It's the only shark in history willing to defy its own nature, swim backwards just to get into first position so that he can see air again, and it's because he loves his job. That is not the same shark that was used in the movie Jaws. In the movie Jaws, their shark barely ever worked.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark is frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could
hear the radio noise. They were always saying, the track is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there, and it was all fine. So I really owe the shark a lot.
That same area of our lot was used as Calico Wittenberg, she wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. Was that somebody just cheering hard for Murder, She Wrote? That's awesome. On your right is the Chicken Ranch. That is our largest practical set. They can film both inside and outside, all around it. That's why we call it practical. Just behind it is the facade, the front and side of the neighbor's house from a TV series about a boy. We're driving by our Colonial Street. They just had a giant media event in there for Halloween Kills, which is the latest Halloween movie with Michael Myers. But on your screens you can see how we can transform our Colonial Street. It's most recognizable from Desperate Housewives, that's Wisteria Lane. Also being used for a show called Never Have I Ever, which was written and created by Mindy Kaling and stars Maitreyi E. Ramakrishnan. We use every area of our lot, including this space here. This is our Wilderness Road. Wilderness Road has been used for Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. I did a nice up close-up. CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, films out here for quite a few seasons. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up for anybody with little ones. Rounding this corner starts our journey through the Terror Tram setup. So for Halloween Horror Nights, we've got a little bit of a Purge theme going on from here until we get to Fast and Furious Supercharged. So just as a fair warning, there is some ghoulish things. You'll see some mannequins as we continue the tour from here on out. But first we'll see a few more of our production vehicles. A lot of these cars are from Fast and Furious, including Fast 9. We've got some cars out here from the theme park, like Marilyn Monroe's vehicle. And just around the corner, a little bit of the Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. That's from Psycho 2, and at the very top of the hill is the original house from Psycho.
We're having it back on the set, right?
Be sure to check upstairs. You might be able to see Mother rocking around in the window up there. She's a lovely lady. Let's just drive by her home every day, so be kind to her. In Mother's backyard, this is our most impressive set. Welcome to War of the Worlds from Alfred Hitchcock, from Steven Spielberg. So this is a real airplane. This is a Boeing 747 that was purchased and destroyed all for this crash site in War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Stephen had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, man. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now closed.
Robbie, get in. Get in.
Just to give you guys another time check, we are about 10 minutes to the end of our tour. If you have a medical emergency, drop anything of value up the side of the tram, or need assistance of any kind, pull the red emergency cord located over your heads and I'll come back to assist you, as long as it is safe to do so. We are headed towards our Fast and Furious supercharged attraction, our final indoor attraction. You will need your 3D glasses for this one, but not until the third and final room, so hear me out. Don't put them on too soon. It's too dark otherwise. So just keep your 3D glasses close by, and I'll come back on the microphone and let you know when to put them on. You only need them for the third and final room, so just keep them close by. Part of the Fast and Furious supercharged attraction means we get to have our very own experience with the crew. We have our own little side story. So I'll set y'all up for it. Somebody on this vehicle has witnessed a crime committed by Shaw. We've been told to hide out, relocate into salvage truck repair, and await further instructions. So that is what we will do.
Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party, and what other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Bill?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. I got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. I'm trying to move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
It's time to say I'm going to put your 3D glasses on. 3D glasses on.
Just that.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
nitrous! Everybody hold on! Here's the nitrous! Protected the witness and you can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You're threatened.
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
I know it doesn't feel like it's been 45 minutes to an hour, but it's been roughly 45 minutes to an hour. Thank you all for joining us today on the world famous studio tour. Give it up for our driver, James. Give him a round of applause. Right now he is taking us back to the theme park where you guys can enjoy the rest of your time here at Universal. Just as another heads up, I'm sure you've seen the signs. The park itself is going to stop boarding attractions at 5:30. So keep that in mind. Make sure you get in line for your last ride by 5:30, and that's for the preparation for Halloween Horror Nights, which is happening tonight. It is a separate purchase ticket, so if you guys want to join us for Halloween Horror Nights, you can purchase an additional ticket if you don't already have one. As we return you to the park, also another reminder to follow team member instructions closely when you board and disembark rides. And of course, we hope you enjoy our attractions. Please remember to wear your face coverings at all times unless you are actively eating or drinking. Thanks again for joining us today. I hope you guys had fun at the world famous studio tour and enjoy the rest of your time here at Universal Studios.